I hope that such a thing will not happen again. I hope that you will succeed in your new job. She thinks that he is a reliable person. They expect that the project will be completed on time. He said that he would call me later. She advised that I should take a break. She advised me that I should take a break. He promised that he would always support her. He promised her that he would always support her. The results showed that the new method is effective. The results showed us that the new method is effective. The results showed us the effectiveness of the new method. I want you to help me with this task. They expect him to arrive early tomorrow. She told me to be careful when crossing the street. Please remind him that he has to see the doctor. They convinced him that their plan was the best option. The manager informed us that the meeting had been postponed. He taught us that honesty is important in life. Please remind me that I have an appointment tomorrow. He told her that he was planning to travel next week. The sign warned us that the road was slippery. He taught the children basic math. She told me a funny story. He failed to show up. He failed to keep his promise to show up. He had intended to show up, but he didn't. We expected him to show up, but he didn't. He didn't succeed in showing up. He has come to see that he was mistaken. She got to meet her favorite singer during the concert. He learned to play the guitar when he was a teenager. She advised her son to behave himself. She advised her son that he should behave himself. She advised that her son should behave himself. She taught her brother how to play the piano. She taught her brother that learning how to play the piano requires practice. She taught that learning how to play the piano requires practice. She asked her son to behave himself. She told her son to behave himself. He taught that honesty is the best policy. They asked the organizer to postpone the meeting. They asked that the meeting be postponed. I expect him to arrive on time. I expect that he will arrive on time. He ordered all employees to attend the meeting. He ordered that all employees attend the meeting. The general commanded the soldiers to retreat immediately. The general commanded that the soldiers retreat immediately. She directed the staff to send the documents by email. She directed that the documents be sent by email. He recommended that she read this book. They urged the authorities to take immediate action. They urged that immediate action be taken. I wish them to stay longer. I wish that we could stay longer. I believe her to be telling the truth. I believe that she is telling the truth. I feel something to be wrong. I feel that something is wrong. I imagined her to be singing beautifully on the stage. I imagined that she was singing beautifully on the stage. She suspected him to be lying. She suspected that he was lying. I found the new system to be very efficient. I found that the new system is very efficient. He acknowledged himself to have made a mistake. He acknowledged that he made a mistake. She denied that she had taken the money. He asserted that he was innocent. They reported the problem to have been fixed. They reported that the problem had been fixed. She persuaded him to join the team as it would be a great opportunity. She persuaded him that joining the team would be a great opportunity. She reminded him to call his mother. She reminded him that he should call his mother. They warned us to prepare as the weather could get worse. They warned us that the weather could get worse. He told her to wait for him to call later. He told her that he would call later. The teacher allowed students to use calculators. His actions caused her to lose trust in him. The stress drove him to quit his job. This app enables users to track their progress. They encouraged him to apply for the scholarship. The heavy rain forced them to cancel the event. She helped him to finish his project. They left the door open for fresh air. I want us to stay longer. She wondered where the difficulty lay. I wonder where he went. I wonder whether he is single. I doubted whether he had done it. I doubt whether he is the criminal. It is doubtful whether he is the criminal. I doubt that he is the criminal. I suspect that he is the criminal. I don't doubt that he is the criminal. I am sure that he is the criminal. Make sure that all the windows are shut. They helped to build the house. I agreed to meet him. I can't afford to buy a new car. I don't care to discuss this matter further. He didn't dare to speak up in the meeting. She decided to study abroad next year. He offered to help me with the heavy boxes. Don't hesitate to call me if you need help. I hope to see you again soon. He managed to finish the work on time. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. She offered to drive me to the station. He pretended to be asleep. I promised to help you with your homework. He refused to take part in the event. She seeks to improve her skills. He admitted stealing the money. She avoids talking about politics. He denied breaking the window. I enjoy reading books in my free time. He excused forgetting the deadline. She gave up trying to convince him. He couldn't help laughing at the joke. Can you imagine living in such a big city? Do you mind opening the window? I appreciate having the opportunity to work here. She considered moving to a different city. He dislikes waiting in long lines. He escaped being caught by the police. She finished writing the report last night. He keeps talking during the lecture. I missed meeting my friends at the party. She practices playing the piano every day. They put off making a decision until next week. He stopped smoking for his health. She suggested going for a walk. I forgot locking the door. I'll never forget meeting you for the first time. I forgot to lock the door. Remember to bring your ID card. I remember visiting this place as a child. I regret to inform you that your application was rejected. She regrets quitting her job. He tried to fix the computer. Why don't you try restarting the device? He stopped to answer a phone call. She stopped watching TV and went to bed. I want to learn a new language. This room wants cleaning. Remember to post the letter. I remember seeing him somewhere. I remember having seen him somewhere. I regret to say that I cannot accept your offer. I regret telling you. I regret having told you. I tried to stand on my head. I tried standing on my head. He stopped to smoke. He stopped smoking. Let us stop to think how much we depend upon atomic energy. This car needs to be washed. This car needs washing. The museum is worth visiting. She lay on the bed. She laid herself on the bed. She bears a great responsibility as a leader. The old tree bore the weight of the heavy snow. All the expenses were borne by the company. Some animals bear offspring once a year. She bore a child last year. The tree has borne fruit this year. He was born in a small village. She binds both parties to the agreement. They bound the package tightly with rope. The agreement has bound the two countries together. We must bound our discussion to relevant topics. They bounded the garden with a brick wall last year. The garden is bounded by a white fence. Be careful, or you might fall down the stairs. She fell while running. The leaves have fallen from the tree. The lumberjacks fell trees with precision and skill. The workers felled the old tree yesterday. You can find fresh vegetables at the farmer's market. She found her lost keys under the sofa. I have found the answer to the problem. They will found a research institute for medical advancements. They founded the company in 1990. The school was founded by a group of educators. Birds fly south in the winter. The birds flew across the sky. The kite has flown high into the sky. Water must flow smoothly through the pipes. The river flowed gently through the valley. The river has flowed through this valley for centuries. They always hang their coats by the door. He hung his coat on the hook. The picture has been hung on the wall. They will hang the criminal at dawn. The criminal hanged as punishment for his crimes. He was hanged for treason in the 18th century. The sun rises in the east and sets in the west. He rose from his seat to make an announcement. The temperature has risen dramatically this summer. Please raise your hand if you have a question. She raised her voice to call for help. They have raised funds for the charity event. I can see the mountains from my window. Yesterday, I saw a beautiful rainbow. Have you ever seen a shooting star? He needs to saw the planks to the right size. He sawed the wooden plank into 2 pieces. They had already sawed the logs before winter arrived. The carpenter has sawn all the logs for the new furniture. She always shines in every performance. The stars shone brightly in the night sky. The polished diamond has shone brilliantly under the light. She will shine the silverware to make it look brand new. He shined his shoes before the interview. They have shined the floors to make the room look more elegant. She will wind the clock before going to bed. He wound the rope around the post securely. The path has wound through the hills for centuries. Sharp objects can wound people if handled carelessly. His harsh words wounded her feelings deeply. The soldier was wounded in battle. The weather can greatly affect my mood. The new policy affected the company's profits. The medicine had a positive effect on his health. The new rule will have long-term effects. He quickly adapted to his new job. The machine was adapted for better efficiency. They adopted a new strategy to increase sales. The couple adopted a child from overseas. The artist carved a beautiful sculpture from stone. She has carved her name into the desk. The road curves around the hill. The blacksmith curved the metal plate smoothly. Please contact me if you have any questions. She contacted the customer support team for assistance. The company contracted a supplier for raw materials. Her pupils contracted in the bright sunlight. The camera flashed as he took a picture. Lightning flashed across the sky. Her face flushed red with embarrassment. After drinking, his cheeks flushed slightly. Can I use the bathroom? Take this medicine every 6 hours. Would you tell me the way to the nearest station? I am willing to lend money to my friends if they need help. She lent money to her brother so he could buy a new phone. Banks usually loan money to businesses at a fixed interest rate. The bank loaned money to the company to expand its operations. She borrowed an umbrella from her neighbor before heading out. They want to rent a house near the city center. He rented a house in the countryside for a year. We need to hire a theater for our performance next month. The company hires out expensive cameras to filmmakers. Words failed me at the last moment. Such conduct does not become you. Any book will do so long as it is interesting. His opinions do not count. Hunger drove him to steal. He speaks to nobody if he can help it. They hold me responsible for it. His speech lasted for an hour. She will make him a good wife. Honesty doesn't always pay. To put it briefly, he lacks musical ability. He runs 3 hotels. I can't stand his impoliteness. He started in surprise. The rumor sounds true. His hard life is telling on his health.